Hi, I'm Kim Heiman with Nasonville Dairy, and our dairy is kind of structured. Our main plant here is structured into two sides. We have what we call the cheddar side, which is basically the 40-pound block side. On that side, it takes more than cheddars. It's cheddars and Colbys and Monterey Jack and Asiago and Fontinas and a number of different flavored cheeses, things like that. So we do that on one side of the plant, and that side runs about 1.2 million pounds of milk a day. Then on the other side of the plant is our Feta operation. The Feta cheese makes between 550 and 600,000 pounds of milk a day. They'll run through that side of the plant. We probably produce about 15% of the Feta in the United States is produced here at Nasonville Dairy. So that's a pretty good product for us. And so all in all, we can do about 1.8 million pounds of milk a day through our plant. Now, it takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese because 90% of that milk is whey. So, what we do with when we have our cheese made, all of the whey goes over to our whey side of the plant. And in our whey plant, we have a separator that we separate the cream out first, and we sell all that for butter manufacturing to Grassland Dairy. They're the largest family owned cheese or butter plant in the United States. And they're just in Greenwood, just about 45 minutes away. Then once we have the cream out, then we'll take the whey and we run it through an ultrafiltration system using a series of membranes and pressure. We can separate out the whey protein molecule that's used for a lot in the cookies, candy bars, baby foods, muscle building, tissue rebuilding, things like that, the isolates. Um, so that's where the whey protein molecule ends up. And then what happens from there, then we'll take that permeate and run it through an RO system, a reverse osmosis system, using another series of membranes and a higher pressure. And what that's going to do is encapsulate that lactose crystal or the lactose molecule out of the whey. What that does, the lactose is then dried down as a sugar substitute, is what it ends up being, the lactose is. And what's left is called cow water or condensate of whey, and that we utilize that for pre-rinse water and for our makeup water for our wash units because it's a soft water. We can use less detergent, less chemical, of course, to clean, and but it still has some organics, so we can't use it as a potable water. And then, of course, it's 110 degrees, so therefore you don't take as much BTU or British thermal units to heat your water up. So it's a savings on that side of things too, and so that works well for us. The rest of it goes down to our drains and down to our wastewater treatment facility. Our wastewater treatment facility will run about 250 to 300,000 gallons per day that we'll treat and release back into the stream. All of our water is very readily for aquatic life, and we're registered or required by the Department of Natural Resources and registered by them to make sure that our water all meets very good aquatic life so that we don't have to worry about any things that any fish kills or anything like that. And then we have another small plant in Curtis, Wisconsin, a little small cheese facility that runs about 25,000 pounds of milk a day. And we had bought that from the Suttner family a number of years ago. A nice little facility that they had a great background on, a great customer following. So it was an easy idea to buy when they were ready to sell because they were ready to retire. So that facility does, and they make a lot of our smaller flavors, small size vats for different things for our stores, for some of our customers, specialty cheeses. And then, of course, they do a lot of cheese curd and sales through the stores up there. Then there's also the milk bottling plant at Weber's Farm Store. And that one I have to defer from because I don't get quite as involved in that one. So that would be more of a Ken and Kelvin question on that side of things, on the farm store side of things. Oh, just because they're just fantastic. They're people that are very dedicated into what they do. They're very conscientious about their job. And one of the questions that's always asked to them, whether it be an SQF audit or USDA or whomever is coming through doing an inspection, and one of the first questions would always be is, would you eat what you're producing here? Would you take it home and feed your family? And they're all, yeah, 100% for sure. So that's the great part about it. We've been really blessed with the fact of the group that we're surrounded by and surrounded ourselves by, because the growth potential that we've had and what we've come to know would not be possible without a group of employees that we have. We're thinking about a new intake and a new cold milk separator to standardize our milk going into the vats. That's something that's looking at into 2025. And so that'll just be a matter of being able to get the land for it. Actually, we'll get some of the county road next to us as they're going to be moving the road. So when they do that, that'll allow us to grow into that direction. We're a little bit landlocked where we are right now. Had we known um, 20 years ago that we were going to get to this size, we probably would have found a little flatter spot and a little bit more room for growth. But we've done really well. I mean, knock on wood, we've really pushed as many things and as much equipment into this small facility as we could. I just again that I'm just so thankful and blessed with the employees and the group of people that we have, and the our dairy farmers that we have. We get a majority of the nucleus of our milk comes within about a 50-mile radius of the dairy here, and they're just you can't make a good product without starting with really good milk. And in working with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin and the Center for Dairy Research and Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association through the master's program has allowed us to get. Now we'll have our fifth master coming online here in April, and that's been fantastic for us because it opens up an avenue to use that proudly Wisconsin logo onto our products, which is great for us in the sales department. And sometimes we have to slow our sales department down a little bit because they can almost sell more than we can produce, which is a good thing. That's great on their part. But again, it all comes back to having great people in spots to be able to make that happen.